Welcome back to another edition of the Sports Exchange. I'm your host, Alex Ramirez.
And I'm Shelly Aragon. Today, we will be covering a wide variety of trending topics in the world of sports. Tom Brady, college football, and much more.
Great, let's get started, Shelly.
Thanks, Alex. Starting with Tim Tebow, who just can't seem to catch a break. Tebow was cut by the Philadelphia Eagles over the weekend and replaced by Stephen Morris, who was just cut by the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Heisman Trophy winner had a strong showing in the team's final preseason game, but as coach Chip Kelly put it, I think Tim's really progressed. We just didn't feel like he was good enough to be the number 3 quarterback right now.
New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady issued a statement on Friday night on his personal Facebook page, expressing his excitement over being able to play, but also his disappointment in the Deflategate ordeal. U.S. District Judge Richard Berman vacated Brady's 4-game suspension on Thursday. The NFL has appealed the decision. I think it's safe to say the Patriots' odds of defending their Super Bowl have tremendously improved.
And speaking of the New England Patriots, as it turns out, Spygate had a larger scope than we realized. ESPN had a huge story on Tuesday saying when the league investigated the New England Patriots in 2007, they were found to have a library of scouting material containing videotapes of opponent signals, detailed notes matching signals to plays for many teams going back 7 seasons. There were 40 games worth of tapes, ESPN said. And maybe the most shocking tale comes deep in the story, which will be featured in the September 28th issue of ESPN magazine, when former New England coaches and employees are cited as describing an even more effective cheating system. Several of them acknowledged that during a pregame warm-ups, a low-level Patriots employee would sneak into the visiting locker room and steal the play sheet, listing the first 20 or so scripted calls for the opposing team's offense. Maybe you thought Deflategate was dying down, but nobody figured on Spygate getting more fuel after 8 years after the fact.
The University of Colorado's NCAA college football season got off to a rough start as the Buffaloes piled up on mistakes and miscues, leading to a 28-20 loss against host Hawaii in front of a sparse crowd at Aloha Stadium. Head coach Norm Chow addressed the media after the game.
How good did it feel just personally to finally get over that hump with the first game for you in your tenure?
Well, it's not about me. These young guys have worked so hard all camp. They've stayed together. We had a belief system. Our coaches have done a great job. They deserve all the credit, offensively, defensively, and how about Rigoberto? It's just a combination of a lot of things. It's nice to start this way, and we need to keep being reminded that it's just one. It's a nice start, but it's just one. Had we not won it, it was just one, but we did, and we need to look forward to the next one. Tons and tons of mistakes on both sides. That was a very, very good football team we played. I don't care what anybody says. They're Pac-12. They're big, strong guys. I think in the third quarter or so, they decided they're just going to run it at us, and they did a nice job doing that. But I'm just so proud of our players and our coaches to put a plan together like they did. I don't think Max played as well as you're going to see him play, but he hadn't played for a while. He got his wind knocked out of him, and I went to him, and he said, hey, he's fine. So we're excited about it, but we have to understand it's just one.
This week, head coach Mike McIntyre and the Buffaloes try to get in the win column against the University of Massachusetts on Saturday afternoon in Boulder, Colorado. Kickoff is set for 12 o'clock. HBTV Sports will be there to provide you with all the pre- and post-game coverage.
The New York Giants and Jason Pierre-Paul have ended their summer-long estrangement, with the star defensive end arriving in the New York area Monday to meet with his team. It was the first in-person meeting between JPP and the Giants since a fireworks incident on July 4th weekend that resulted in the amputation of his index finger. Pierre-Paul took a physical, and once a determination is made between his doctors and the Giants' doctors regarding his health, negotiations on his $14.8 million franchise tender will be next, according to a team source. And finally, HBTV Sports is happy to announce a new weekly segment called the High School Game of the Week. This week, we started our coverage with the number 1 ranked Valor Eagles against number 4 Pomona Panthers. Let's take a look.
Welcome to the first edition of the High School Game of the Week, presented to you by HBTV Sports. This week we travel to Highlands Ranch, Colorado, where the number 1 ranked Valor Christian Eagles face off against the number 3 Pomona Panthers. Both these teams last year played each other, once in the regular season and once in the playoffs. It looks to be a close game. Pomona's up 7-0. There should be some fireworks coming up in the second half. Also around the 5A schedule tonight, big boy football, we have Chaparral down 7-6 against Grandview. Valor Christian, as we mentioned, 7-0 Pomona. Roston Valley 13-14 against Eagle Crest at halftime. And Dakota Ridge up 17-6 against Monarch. That's your recap of our 5-minute break. With the winning head coach Jay Madden in his 13th year here at Pomona High School. What an amazing victory tonight. Last year you played Valor. You lost in the regular season, and you lost in the playoffs in the quarterfinals, and you come here and defeat them on their home turf. How does it feel?
It feels unbelievable. It's all about those kids behind us. They love each other, they care about each other, and they just played their tails off. Valor's a great football team, and our kids just played better tonight.
I'll tell you what, Coach, next week you got Cherry Creek coming up. It looks like you guys will probably be either number 1 or number 2. Another big showdown. I mean, we're going to let you enjoy this one tonight. But congratulations, Coach, on a tremendous victory, not only for you and your staff, but for the whole school of Pomona, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Our whole community. I mean, it's been incredible. And we're going to really enjoy this one, and then we'll get back to work Sunday morning.
Well, good luck next week, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That wraps up another edition of the Sports Exchange. I'm Alex Ramirez.
And I'm Shelly Aragon. We'll see you next week. Bye.